Today we are going to do binomial distribution. So till now what we have done is the probability distribution has a relation with the probability, which was given by probability distribution f of x is equals to n times of probability of getting x. So actually in physics what we need, our particles has, or a particle, let's say in a box, can move in a different kind of manner. So it is shown by, or it has certain kind of distribution in that space. Now there are different kind of distribution, of which first we are going to start with binomial distribution. Now why this is important is, suppose you have a problem of finding magnetic moment which has spin up or spin down. Now these are a two-state system. Either it can have spin up, which is the probability, and spin down. So this is a system with only two outcomes, either yes or no. So this kind of system are called a binomial, which have bi means two, nomial means number, with just two outcomes. So we are going to, so this kind of situation is easily seen by what here, flipping of coin also has a same kind of situation. Flipping of coin. Now if you flip a coin, the outcomes are either head or tail. So your probability of getting head is half, and the probability of getting tail is half. So the probability of not getting head is also, probability of not getting head is also half, which is given by your total probability, which is 1, minus probability of getting head, which is half. The probability of not getting head is basically probability of getting tail. So now there are only two outcomes in this situation as well. So let's consider P is a probability for getting head. And Q is a probability of not getting head. So directly we can see P plus Q equal to 1. So this relation we will use in the last part. For a time being, we will just start with a simple kind of system with tossing of coin. Suppose if we toss a coin 3 times, we toss a coin 3 times. So what is the chance of getting 2 heads? What is the chance of getting 2 heads? So what can directly see? This is how it will start. So the probability of getting head for the first toss, what we can do? For the first toss, we have how many outcomes can we have? Either we can have either head or tail. For the second toss, either it could be head or either it could be tail. Similarly for the tail, it could be either head or tail. This is for your second toss. And for your third toss, you can either get head or either you can again get tail. Similarly over here, either you can get head or either you can get tail. Similarly for this one, either you can get head or tail. Similarly for this one, you can either get head or tail. This is for your third toss. So the first outcome could be head, head, head. Following this, head, head, head. Second could be head, head, tail. Second could be head, head, tail. And third could be head, tail, head. Head, tail, head. And third one will be head, tail, tail. Head, tail, tail. After that it could be tail, head, head. Tail, head, head. After that it will be tail, head, tail. After that tail, tail, head. And after that finally tail, tail, tail. So the total number of chances are, or total number of favorable event is given by how many? 3. Now here you have 2 heads, 2 heads and 2 heads. We have 3 and the total number of events are given by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So the probability of getting head is 2 head is given by 3 by 8. One can directly check one thing also. For this, total number of outcome is given by how much? 2. For this one 4 and for this one 8. 2, 4 and 8. Now this we can write as 2 number of tosses to the power 1 will give you total number of outcome. For 2 to the power 2, 4. 2 to the power 3 will give you 8. This is number of tosses. So similarly we got 8 over here. Now next let's consider the probability of getting 3 heads, 2 heads, 1 head and 0 head. So the probability of getting 3 heads, for this we are using a random variable x equal to 3. For this signifies 3 heads will be how much? 1 by 8, because there is only one possibility of getting triple head. So similarly probability of getting 2 heads are that you have already found was 3 by 8. Now the probability of getting 1 head is again 3 by 8. Why? Because probability of getting 1 head is same as probability of getting 2 tails, or else you can just count here itself. Now probability of getting 1 head, here you have 1, here you have 2 and here you have 3. These are the 3 possibilities. And finally your probability of getting 0 head is as same as probability of getting 3 tails, which is again 1 by 8. So if we plot this, how it will look? Now we are plotting probability versus your probability versus what? Your random variable. Let's say this is 1 by 8, this is 2 by 8 and this be 3 by 8. And let's consider this as 0, 1, 2 and let's consider this as 0, 1, 2 and 3. So around 0, probability of getting 0 is 1 by 8. So it will be somewhere over here. So second probability of getting 1 head is 3 by 8. Same for the probability of getting 2 heads, and finally probability of getting 3 heads is basically how much, this much. So here you see some kind of distribution. This is your binomial distribution. This is, again, I forgot to tell you, this is a discrete kind of distribution. It's not a continuous distribution but a discrete distribution. Now if we just check the top side of a number or the total number of favorable event, what we see, 1, 3, 3, 1. Now let's, if we do for the two number of tosses, what we will get is probability of getting 2 head is 1 by 8. Probability of getting 1 head is 2 by 8. As you can see from here itself, probability of getting 2 head is 1, of 1 head is 1 you can get, end of with head, tail and tail head. So that's why it will be 2 by 8. And similarly probability of getting 0 head is probability of getting 2 tail, which is 1 by 8 itself. So for the one number of tosses, for one toss, how much probability of getting head is 1 by 2, and probability of, which is can be written as probability of getting 1 head is half, and probability of getting no head is half. So if you just check the top side of the number, this, what you can say is, you can see some kind of similarities. Initially for one number of tosses it was 1, 1, for two number of tosses it was 1, 2, 1, and for three number of tosses it was 1, 3, 3, 1. Now basically this is a binomial distribution which is given by a plus b to the power n. For a plus b to the power 0, b to the power 1 is given by a plus b. The coefficient are 1, 1, that is written over here, a plus b whole square. It will be a square plus twice ab plus b square. Again same thing goes for cubic and so on and so forth. So this is just basically the combination. It's like choosing n from capital, choosing n from n number of distribution. So which can be simply written as n by n kind of thing, which is given by n factorial divided by n factorial n minus n factorial. This is basically a Cn, this distribution. So Cn can be written as what? Cn can be written as, let's check for how many tosses. For n is equals to 3 number of tosses, we want to get 2 heads. Then what will be the outcome? It will be 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 3 minus 2 factorial, which will end up with 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial, which is basically a 3. So actually, yes, this was the number which was given over there. For 2 head it was 3. So we know that the probability is given by what? Probability. Now you can exactly see previously what we have discussed is here C n times f will give you, n times f will give you what? Probability of getting that x event. So if we check with this f and this Cn are what? The distribution function itself. This is the probability distribution. Now if we multiply n by f, what is f? F you have C of n should give you, no sorry, f of n should be, sorry for this, f of x should be given by n times of probability of x. So your probability is given by f of x divided by n. So similarly over here your probability will be given by C of n divided by your capital N. So C of n was 3 and your total number was n was 8. So your probability was 3 by 8, which is exactly what you got previously over there. Now let's write the general form of this. General form. Now instead of doing in that manner, what we can do is, now the probability of getting n we can write as C of n times probability of getting probability of n minus 1. Now what does this means? N means the number of, second one is q, n minus n. Now p is the probability of getting head and q is probability of not getting head, which was p plus q is equals to 1. So why we can write in this manner is probability of getting, let's say in our case, probability of getting n was what? Half. So this will be half to the power n, and this will be again half to the power not getting is also half. So which will end up with 1 by 2 to the power n plus n minus n, which is exactly 1 by 2 to the power n, which is your total number of event. I think this must be clear. Let's use this formula to get the probability of getting one head in how many tosses? In one toss of getting head. So C will be n factorial divided by n factorial n minus n factorial divided by half. Basically half to the power n is 1 and half to the power n minus, basically 1 minus 1 is 0. So basically you will end up with what? You will end up with n is equals to, for one number of toss it will be 1 divided by, it will be 1 0 factorial into half, so you will end up with half. I think this thing must be clear now. Now the general form, as one can see that the probability of getting n is given by, probability of getting n can be written as n factorial divided by n factorial n minus n factorial p to the power n q to the power n minus n. So again similarly p plus q to the power n, that it has a similarity with the binomial distribution, which can be written in general in this form: n plus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial q to the power n minus 2 into p to the power square, plus so on and so forth. And this form can be generally written as summation of what? N starting from 0 to n factorial divided by n factorial n minus n factorial into p to the power n q to the power n minus n. Now this p plus q itself can be written in this form. Now if you can check with this above equation, this was basically a probability which was sitting here. So basically p plus q to the power n we can write as summation of n from 0 to n into probability of n. We know that your total probability should be, if this factor of total probability should be 1, and we know p plus q itself is 1, so summation of n from 0 to n, p of n will be given by 1 to the power n, this is n, 1 to the power n, which is basically 1. So this is your normalizing condition. So one can see that the probability obtained satisfies the normalizing condition, that your total probability is 1. So thank you. I think that's it for today's lecture. Tomorrow we are going to start with some different kind of distribution.